Good day, I am your host Rizza, aka Selena Gomez, and today we're going to list down the top 10 games like Fallout 4. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Avalanche Studios and S.T.A.L.K.E.R merged forces to create the truly awe-inspiring first-person shooter that is Rage 2. The game takes place in a massive open world, granting the players the ability to roam anywhere and reduce buildings to rubble, reduce enemies to curves, and vehicles to pieces of flaming metal. Rage does many aspects of its gameplay that are reminiscent of Fallout 4, making it relatively simple to get into playing Bethesda Game Studios' post-nuclear apocalyptic action RPG. Mad Max is a game based on the hit Mad Max franchise, so it makes sense that the game possesses many elements from the films that are readily identifiable by its fans. In an effort to capture the Mad Max essence, Avalanche Studios set the game in a massive open world where the players control Max Raketansky as he progresses through the wasteland building a vehicle, the Magnum Opus. The game can easily be likened to Fallout 4 as it provides a similar level of legislative freedom in a lawless post-apocalyptic environment.
Life is a savage road. Out here, a man with no wheels is a man with
On February 14, 2019, for A Games Cerebral Blob, Matrix Studios was released to the gaming world. For the developers, congratulations are in order, as the game's reception has been wonderful, and the post-apocalyptic open-world game has been the recipient of overwhelmingly positive reviews, placing it in the same conversation of another post-apocalyptic juggernaut Fallout 4. Make sure guys to grab a copy of the Matrix Studios for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so you can also play the shattered ruins of the Moscow Metro. Dying Light offers a post-apocalyptic open-world adventure where the players can freely roam as they would in Bethesda Game Studios' Fallout 4. However, Techless enhanced its survival game with the addition of the ravenous undead zombies. In Dying Light, you spend your time to scavenge for necessary supplies, crafting weapons, in an effort to preserve a life constantly threatened by the hordes of the infected. So Dying Light will be available for you to play in PC, Xbox One, as well as on PlayStation 4.
Our plan is focused on the greater good. Remember that. Crane?
Atom RPG is a post-apocalyptic indie game created by Atom Team. In the game's official description, it is well documented that it draws inspiration from Fallout, and everyone who has had the pleasure of playing it can attest to it playing like Fallout 2. And Atom Guess your primary task is to explore the wild and wondrous world of the Soviet wasteland and investigate a shadowy conspiracy. You can also go towards destroying all the life on Earth. Atom RPG is currently available for PC through Steam. S.T.A.L.K.E.R Shadow of Chernobyl is a first-person shooter survival horror game developed by Ukrainian game developer GSC, the game world and published by THQ. It can also be likened to Fallout 4 if you only minus the grim undertone and add an open world. However, S.T.A.L.K.E.R takes place in an arena called the Zone, which is based on the real-life Chernobyl explosion zone. Another plus to the game is the fact that it is highly optimized, even lower-end PCs run it seamlessly. Guerrilla Games' action role-playing game Horizon Zero Dawn is one of their most celebrated titles, and for good reasons. It can serve as a suitable substitute for Fallout enthusiasts who would like to try something along the same lines. Players also reported having high replayability, having combed through its content on numerous accounts. As a testament to its quality, Horizon Zero Dawn has sold over 10 million copies, qualifying as the third best-selling PlayStation 4 game. Borderlands 2 is among the prestigious lot of games to receive a perfect score of 10 out of 10. It was released in 2012, guys, and has garnered many accolades since. The multi-award winning co-op shooter bears a number of similarities to Fallout 4, which is understandable considering both games are heavily cheered by the masses. Gearback Super has found a perfect formula in it, and you can also find a lot of enjoyment through playing it. And take that Borderlands 2 is available for PS4, Xbox One, as well as on PC. BioShock is Tuki Boston's very successful job at the first-person shooter genre. The game has been out for well over a decade, yet still, critics place it in the company of 2015's Fallout 4. And in this game, you play as Jack, who actually survived the plane crash and must now survive the many perils of a random city. The main rationale for the games being contrasted by critics is both are story-based action games with a first-person shooter gameplay, and BioShock is available free to play on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, as well as on PC.
I'm afraid of you.
Let's go out to play, Daddy.
It's time to finish this.
Lastly, guys, The Last of Us 2 is one of the most highly anticipated titles currently, which appropriately responds considering the overwhelmingly positive reviews its predecessor garnered. It has not yet been released, but based on what the developers divulged and the predecessor, The Last of Us 2 will mirror some aspects of Fallout 4. However, while both are story-based action games, players will expect The Last of Us 2 to be more focused on the immersive story elements that made The Last of Us as a hit.
She went into the grass. Watch yourself.
And guys, that's the list of our top 10 games like Fallout 4. Did any of the games interest you? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get the first tips in our next video. Until next time, this has been your host again, Rizza Mars, aka S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Goodbye.